So my name is Mark Laughlin. I'm an attorney here at Larson, and the issue comes up often of what to do if I'm threatened with levy action by either the Internal Revenue Service or perhaps the state where you live or operate your business. It's really a complicated question because levy comes in two parts. There's the procedural aspect of a levy as well as the enforcement aspect. So what to do if you're threatened with a levy is really a matter of where they are within the procedure of your case, because that could determine whether or not the threat is valid. They may not even have the authority to issue a levy. It might be an empty threat to you or your business, try to scare you into full paying the balance immediately, which if you can, we always suggest you do. If you cannot, then what they're trying to do obviously is come into your bank accounts for either personal or business. If you're a business, they may issue them to your clients, your accounts receivable. If you use factoring companies, they can issue them there. Really, the most important thing, not to self-serve, but if somebody's threatening you with a levy, you're going to want legal representation to determine whether or not all procedural aspects have been satisfied, because that, in a sense, well, not in a sense, but that is part of the Fourth Amendment to the Constitution. The right to search and seizure of your property is protected by the Fourth Amendment to the Constitution, and you have due process rights. So those need to be satisfied, the procedural aspects. And so you're going to want to make sure that all procedural aspects have been followed, because if they do issue an enforced collection against you but have not satisfied those procedural requirements, then we can work with you to have that released, the funds remitted back to you. And so I would say the most important thing, if they threaten you with a levy or any enforced collection action, that you make a determination either yourself or with your legal representative of whether or not the procedural aspects have been met. And if they have, then we're talking about working with whatever officer is assigned to the case to prevent that. And in our years of experience, we found many ways to work with the assigned officers of any taxing authority to extend those deadlines, work new deadlines, and file appeals on the threat, and keep the case and keep you as an individual or a business owner protected from those enforced collections for as long as we can. So really, it's a very serious aspect to the case. It's also a very complicated one because there are a number of issues that have to be examined with regards to a levy, because it is probably one of the most serious parts of the case, where they're coming in and they're taking your money and they're threatening your livelihood if you're a business owner, because if they're issuing levies to your clients, they might, that scares off clients, and we don't ever want to see that. So if you have been threatened with levy action or any enforced collection, definitely you're going to want to take a long look at the case history and examine whether or not those requirements have been met, and then you're going to have to attack that head on and make sure that you're working diligently either on your own or with a legal representative to keep yourself protected and come to an amicable resolution in your own best interest.